It is a bit of a bandwagon now, and that annoys me. I have good taste, bro. I think films can and ought to be more than social signifiers that make you feel good about yourself. I took Catholicism too seriously at one time in my life to consider feeling intrinsically good about yourself to be a positive personality trait. But it is an incredible accomplishment, the masterpiece of Philip Kaufman's filmography, even more so than The Magnificent, The Right Stuff. I've been pretty compelled to claim Body Snatchers 78 as one of the best horror films of the 70s, or even films of all time. Definitely on our body horror shortlist, a prospective influence upon The Thing, I can imagine Carpenter checking this out at the cinema, a film that is much better than it really has any right to be. But they took the premise seriously, it resonated with them. They wanted to do a film about 1978, as the first film in retrospect felt absurdly like a project about 1956, even if it was intended as an innocuous alien invasion flick. In terms of filmic residue, Kaufman packs the frames with majestic images. The cast is outstanding, the music unnerving, and a script that would read as one of the most compelling genre screenplays ever penned. It isn't that Body Snatchers was a good premise. Actually, Heinlein won some money from the producers of the 56 film due to its maybe not so incidental similarities with his text, The Puppet Masters, but they did adapt Puppet Masters in '94, also discussed on this channel, also featuring Donald Sutherland, in loving homage, I assume, full circle. Thing is, '94 Puppet Masters is not that great, has its moments certainly, but weaker than any of the three major Body Snatcher films. By all accounts, the 2007 film was very tepid, so I read. The premise doesn't lend itself to good material, and it wouldn't strike one as a premise with much potential if they just say 94 Puppet Masters. But when they witness the 56 Body Snatchers, oh my god, they can use this concept as an analogy for collectivist societies or the creepily conformist America of the 50s. And the 78 film, a critique of cultural conformism, of the corporatization of American life, of the dissolution of the American family, the post war disintegration of Christian ethos, and the rise of the secular, sexually liberal counterculture, the dethroning of Christ via capitalism, warts and all. Body Snatcher 78 feels like a poised attempt at such a picture. Imagine if there was no original. Yeah, all of a sudden, this feels like a genre film that used the scaffold to move a political polemic, rather than a straightforward, gooey horror picture. Knowing it is a remake has one considering if they can read too much into this title because of its proximity to the new Hollywood era. However, imagine if this was an original premise, not a remake. You would be wondering, why make this? It isn't enough of a simple, streamlined horror film to convince you it has nothing to say. In fact, if this was just the sole film in the Body Snatcher tradition, it would be seen as sociocultural criticism slash dissertation first, and genre exercise, splatter spookiness second.